Blunderbuss 79 that established in 8-bit. What's going on? Welcome back. We see the sneak peek, absolutely dope. The A-Team is back, but before we get into that, let's get into this. We got the all new, all different third skill on Daredevil's uniform being fixed. We also have Enchantress's uniform where some of her skills were not being activated as normal, so might want to get in there and retest these things. Same thing goes for Malekith with his War of the Realms outfit. We also have the pop-up for the Stark stash not displaying properly, although you were getting the proper amount of crystals for that. Nothing for Odin in here, unfortunately.
Crap, mega crap.
Quality of life changes as far as the dealer and support system that they added to a lot of the game modes. Let's go ahead and get into this sneak peek, shall we? So we got Mysterio and his land under the sea, and I must say the environment looks absolutely dope. The look for Mysterio is also absolute fire. They do have the tier 3 over there. Personally, I think it's an illusion from Mysterio. Let's go ahead and get into the uniforms right quick. So we do have a 50% all attack, a 66% decrease basic damage received, and 25% chance to penetrate. So he's got the illusions going on. He also has the 3 seconds of silence going on the 4-star passive. They need to absolutely change this thing. He also has mind damage going on completely throughout his kit that synergizes really well with Enchantress's passive. He also has the 15% recovery in the V-pads on the second skill. And he also has a lot of cool skill animations and a lot of iframes going on in his kit. He actually did get Awakened skill a while ago, but he never got a uniform to go with it when he got the Awakened skill. So there is that. He also has increased basic attack by 4%, some old school style damage accumulation. But he also has the original Sinister 6 animation right there. Absolutely dope. Lethal Illusion. And that thing has 8 seconds of invincibility, but they really need to buff this thing up. Now, what are we talking about with the title of the video? Mutant Summer. Well, the thing is, we always get mutants when it comes down to either every other seems like update or the seasonal stuff, even with Deadpool, because he's a mutant, of course. For Christmas, last Christmas, we got Magneto and Magic.
But I never said you have a job. Meat. I'll send you a nice box of Christmas meat. Best I can do. Get out of here.
And it just seems to be a recurring motif. Before that, or after that, we got the April uniforms with Thanos and Squirrel Girl. And then again, last summer, we got Iceman and we got my girl Storm there. Last April pools before that, we also got a uniform for Deadpool, again, a mutant. Then we got the Christmas uniforms for the tier 3 Punisher. And then when they didn't do anything but give this girl a uniform with Black Cat, I don't care what anybody says, that is a mutant. Quicksilver, point blank, period. Mutant. And we also got the original Holiday Lady Deadpool uniform, also a mutant. We got the original Summer Days uniform. It came with Enchantress's old uniform, remember that? And we also got one for Cable, another mutant. So I know a lot of people are feeling the whole Luna Snow vibe, but
I beg to differ, sir.
Seeing as how the next character is definitely going to be female, I think that it's only prudent that we go through the list right here right quick and see which mutant females they could possibly throw into this whole summer uniform, because Mysterio was completely out of the blue, especially for a summer uniform. So starting out the list right here, we have Weapon Hex. She did get an Awakened skill a while back, never got a uniform, was pretty much left to twist in the wind along with Arachnite, Ghost Panther, and Iron Hammer and those boys. So it would be interesting if they actually brought something to the table for her. She does have an interesting healing passive. She does have the mind control thing going on in her kit. As you can see here, yeah, she already has the Awakened skill going on. If they wanted to do a dual tier 4 thing, it is a possibility with her and Mysterio. Moving right along to the next character, we got Allison Blair, Dazzler. She has the amazing passive for mutants with 65% damage to boss types, along with 70% ignore dodge. And then she has this third skill that has a heal, a frenzy buff on it. It does say it's only for 2 seconds, but this thing is refreshing. So you come in and pop this, kind of like Ulick's old 5th skill, or Beast's old 5th skill, where you could pass the buff. And you can pass the buff along with a heal to whoever you want to bring in behind that, and that is much longer than 2 seconds. Stuck at tier 2, never got a uniform, so would be an interesting pickup. She is a paywall character.
Boss, your wife's on the line. She says she lost a checkbook.
Thanks for the good news.
They're moving right along. We do have Polaris next up on the list. Fairly recent character, pretty solid kit. She is already tier 3. Never got a uniform when she dropped, but she does have the amazing tier 2 passive with the mutant allies damage 45%, the supervillains and 40% damage reduction. She also has this interesting absorption passive. Maybe they could kind of tweak it, do something with that, make it apply to all allies or something. And then she also has the 45% attack for mutant allies. Moving right along, we do have my girl Psylocke, and it has been a minute for her. She hasn't gotten anything since the Hellfire Gala. She is the 6,000 crystal wall character for the Deadpool epic quest that you need to unlock Strife. So there is money to be made for them there. She does have the 30% increase of HP, ignore dodge by 40%, and skill damage bonus damage on the Captain Britain uniform passive. And then on the disassembled, she has the 20% HP and the 30% chance for mind immunity. Does have the 30% crit damage increase and 30% guaranteed crit rate, along with the 35% mind damage on the tier 2 passive. She is already an awakened character, so once again they could do the double tier 4 thing. She does also have a damage proc built into her kit, along with guard break immunity, mind control, and again some mind resist, and all of her skills are mind based. So another character that would pair well with Enchantress passive. Hellfire Gala number 2, number 1, Emma Frost. She has gotten a couple of uniforms in the past. The Diamond Queen, 50% activation rate, remove active buffs from target for 10 seconds on a 15-second cooldown, coming from her uniform passive. We won't get into her other uniforms because they were all garbaggio.
They're crap.
On her tier 2 passive, she has 60% chance to penetrate everything all the time. She also has a 100% chance to become immune to mind damage and increase mind damage by 50%. Which is huge. She also has the third skill counter that ignores iframe, gives her super armor. It also has a slight damage accumulation on it of 0.5, but don't get it twisted. In PvP, this thing used to absolutely shred people before tier 4 and all of that became a thing. The best thing about her kit was this 25% reflect, all reflect. This is only at 4 stars, by the way. This thing, I do think it maxes out at 35% at 6 stars. So yeah, that means she's gonna carry this thing wherever she goes with whatever uniform, unless they change it. So her being a crystal wall character, I would bank on her being heavily thought about if they're gonna go with the whole X-Men summer thing. Moving right along, we got my girl Mystique.
It was you! You did this!
Yes, I did do it.
And now things are about to get much worse.
Does have an awakened skill, but she never got a uniform, primarily known as a support. She does have the 40 and 45% increased damage to supervillain and superhero respectively. She also has some guaranteed critical rate, guaranteed ignore dodge, coming from a 4-star passive, and a self-buffing leadership. She also has a hidden counter, or used to be a hidden counter, on the mimicry. It's not listed anymore, so I don't know if they like went in and buffed her kit. It's been a while since I played her and just changed it. She also has the 1.5% damage accumulation, but it does not hit very hard. Like I said, primarily known as a support. I wouldn't put it past her. She's a fan favorite. I wouldn't put it past them to give her a uniform. Moving right along, let's get into my girl X23 right here, Laura Kinney. She does have the 30% increase of physical attack, the increased guaranteed dodge rate by 20%, and the increased all buff effect by 20%, critical damage increased by 35%, and increased guaranteed critical rate by 35% for skill damage. Bonus damage coming from her tier 2 passive, which is great. She also has the Wolverine heal and the frenzy buff that's pretty much up all the time. And then same leadership as Wolverine. Also has the awakened skill, so if they want to take this girl to tier 4, she'd be perfect to do it. She could be PvE yin to Wolverine's PvP yang, if you will. Absolutely dope. Moving right along, next up on the list is my girl.
Aren't you guys a little old for school, or did you all get held back?
We X-Men learned something very special here, Jubilee. How to control our mutant powers for the benefit of mankind.
Jubilee never got a uniform, stuck at tier 2, X-Gene character. So I personally think she'd be kind of perfect for the whole summer thing. She also has the chance to become immune to mind damage, once again synergizing with Enchantress. If you notice the pattern, there are a lot of mind damage or immune to mind damage sort of characters on this list. Can sort of stack those buffs, although if it's the whole immune to mind damage thing, I don't know how much that would do unless they gave the characters an artifact for it. She does have some pretty cool animated skills. Out of all of the characters on this list, only 3 of them have artifacts, by the way. Moving right along, we got my girl Rachel Summers. Never got a uniform. She does have the immunity to mind resist, and the immunity to mind control, immunity to charm, and 70% chance to become immune to mind damage. Once again, she also in the comics has telepathic powers. In this iteration, she has a little bit of the Phoenix Force, so she does have some flame, but no mind damage, but they could easily change that with a uniform. And then the whole Rachel Summers, right? It's kind of spot on for a summer update. So, you know, personally, I think she'd probably be the #1 pick on this list. So just a quick recap. We got Dazzler, we got Rachel, we got Jubilee. I personally put them at 1, 2, and 3, with Jubilee coming in at #2, Dazzler coming in at #3. And then the rest of the list is as follows in no particular order: Polaris, Weapon Hex, X23, and also Psylocke, Emma Frost, and Mystique. I know a lot of people would probably list Mystique a lot higher, seeing as how she's never gotten a uniform, and I would tend to agree with you. She could probably even replace Dazzler on this list as that 3rd pick. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, share, sub, and we'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.